So you are welcome. You are welcome to my healthy food place. I'm a bit late. That's about 5 or 7 minutes. It's been a busy day for me. And before we start, congratulations, big congratulations to us, to me, and to all of us for the good news concerning the YouTube partner program. Now, we'll go to what we have for today, but I want to quickly highlight one or two things. The data now, maybe it's an information. The data is now 7 gig. That was 2,000 before. It's now 3,000 naira. So it seems they have implemented the increase. I hope you all are aware of it. So we move. That won't stop us anyway from doing our content. Today we want to talk about how to choose healthy foods. You are welcome, Shelley. You are welcome to the house. How to choose healthy foods after 60. Healthy foods. And before going into what we have for today, as a matter of fact, I have some foods physically that you're welcome to the house. I want to, all of you are welcome. Hi, you're welcome, welcome, welcome. So I have some foods that I have some foods here that I want to share with us. I want to show us towards the end of this life, the healthy foods. But what exactly are healthy foods, and why are some of us not eating healthy foods? I have my view, which I want to share, but you are also entitled to you. And another aspect is food actually can heal you. And exactly when you are 60 or 50 years, you need to focus more on natural foods. So in this first segment, I want to highlight or give my own definition of what healthy foods are. Healthy foods to me are actually all the natural foods that are healthy when taken in the right amount and then at the right time. Now, some foods may be healthy, but when you take them at the wrong time, it seems maybe when your body is already saturated with the nutrients that are in them, you may feel maybe that you are allergic to it or something like that. But that's not so. Just one experience is not enough for you to say that you cannot take it. But why are so many of the older adults not taking healthy food or not enjoying the benefits like myself I'm enjoying? Why? Is it because they don't have the money? Not at all. That's my opinion. A good number of people actually have all the money it takes. But the problem is, what can I eat? That's a big question. A good number of people I know, money is not the problem. Then there is another category that don't have the money. They know what to eat, but they can't afford it. But if you ask me again, this number is even in the small, is a smaller portion. The ratio is small compared to those who have it everything, but they don't know what to eat. As a matter of fact, some years back, I remember when I used to be in the supermarket, then I hadn't even started talking about wellness. But that, that seed had always been there in me. So when I enter supermarkets, I'll be reading labels. Seriously, committed to reading the labels. And I've had occasions where people walk to me, women, looking at the label I'm reading, then asking me whether the one they want to buy is good or not. I said, I don't know what you want to use it for. They start explaining to me. This is not just one occasion that it happened. This was several years ago. It wasn't even just two. I can remember precisely. In a supermarket, somebody that I don't know just walked to me and started asking me, yes, you're welcome from Italy, started asking me, kind of seeking my opinion on what she wanted to buy, whether it's good, whether it will be good for her or what. Why? Because she saw me looking, curiously at the labels. And a good number of you don't even read labels. But that's not the topic for today. So the subject is how to choose healthy foods when you are already 60. Yes, there are certain nutrients you'll be searching for. Now, when you are getting to 50 or 60, the target is not just only 60. If you are 50, you should be here. If you are 55, even your late 40s, it should be here. Why? Because this number of people are the people that need to pay attention to what they take. They take into their body. Because over the years, the way our body processes foods and materials we are bringing in has changed. And a good number of us are not even aware of this change that took place. And so we go on enjoying those things we're enjoying. We make no changes to our diet until disease, until sickness begins to speak to us, until those symptoms begin to speak to us. So there are nutrients that you need to look out for. There are certain qualities you need to look out for when you are already in these years. And these are the things I want to show us I want to mention in this very video. That you need to, if you want to enjoy a healthy body. As a matter of fact, I feel unhappy when I see some of my followers or hear some of my followers, talking about still taking medications like for blood sugar, still taking medications like for blood pressure. I feel disturbed about it. As a matter of fact, I was to talk about the food used in helping that man in the last life that I talked about, that the blood pressure and blood sugar shoot up, and within 3 days, 3 hours, it was brought down and remained consistent after 1 week. So there were questions on the food choices I used for him, which I promised. On the next life, I give you a promise, I will do that. But I just thought that we should talk a little about, because it appeared that the focus was too much on blood sugar. So why should is this only blood sugar we should be talking about on this page? This is healthy food place. Although sometimes it may not matter, because what I talk or what we give out, it depends on what you are asking for. But also sometimes we need to add others, let others not feel, after all, not everybody are diabetic. So why should you come to the place and only is only diabetes, how to manage diabetes? It's, in fact, a lot of it will, as a matter of fact, it will look like you should dedicate the page and the channel to diabetes, which I don't want, and then I don't intend to do that. So that is why I, along the line, decided to, make it not look diabetes, blood sugar. It was like becoming too monotonous. And so I brought in this one and said maybe next week we'll talk about all those seeds, tamarind seeds and all of that. And so the foods that you should be taking. Number one thing that you need to focus on when you are in your 60s. Hello, ma'am. Yes, you are welcome. You are welcome. Yes, I know Osas. I know Osas. I know Osas. I know Osas. You are highly welcome to the house. And so what I'm talking about is that you need to start enjoying healthy body. And that depends on you. Recently, I was talking with one of us, one of my followers, and he was telling me about how, taking medication. I was not happy about it. As a matter of fact, that somehow, engineered my changing the subject. But why should people? Is it that they don't have enough information? Is it that you are negligent, or is it that you like to live your life on medications? You can drop also your comments. You can drop your comments. Honestly, I'll be glad. If you drop a comment, why a lot of people, despite all the information out there, I myself as your leader, I'm not on any medication, whether high blood sugar or high blood pressure. And it's exactly that life I want to impart into you. Over the years, I was actually ravaged by medications, too much of it. This was about 15, going to, since we are in 2025, it's about 15 to 16 years now. And I've not had anything, say typhoid, malaria, all those over-the-counter stuff. Because why? I embraced knowledge. And that is exactly what I want to. Don't joke with knowledge. A lot of you are just eager to get herbal concoctions to take away the problem. But there are certain foods, there are certain nutrients that you need more when you are in your 60s or when you clock 50. If you can focus on these nutrients, I have some of them here. I brought some of them which I want to show us. Because actually this morning I went to the market. That's why I didn't post anything today in the morning because I was busy yesterday before the good news of the YouTube partner came. While I was in transit coming back home inside the car, I just saw the message, opened my phone and saw it. And I was just very happy. But before then, I already scheduled a lot of things, including this. I had to travel out of my state this morning to go get some of the things that I normally use for my wellness. And incidentally, I have to show you some of them because it's all part of it. I don't have to hide it. That is the truth. It was not actually intended to buy them to show you for whatever reason. But since maybe do I call it a coincidence? But since it happened to be, would you mind if I show you? I don't think you will mind. People like to see things. That's what I noticed. People like you to show them things. I'll carry the tray and show us what I bought. Comment if you like me to show you those things. Otherwise, I will consider it a waste of time. And we just talk and talk. If you want me to show you those things I bought, some of the healthy foods, drop your comments. But if I don't see any comments, I won't show us anything because I'm not here for a show off. So, but if you are interested in seeing it, I will just towards the end just bring it, the whole tray, and show you all I bought and even why I made those choices. Because some people go to market, they don't know what to buy. That's what I started with. They carry money to market. They are looking around. Enters to supermarket. Now, when you are in your 50s or 60s, if you are a lover of supermarket like myself before, it's time to stop. I know you will comment, Enobong Okon. I know you will be the one, but that is good. Hello, ma, please show us. Okay, I need one more comment. I'm not someone that likes to do all of that too. If you watch my videos, I rarely show things. Maybe show where I'm eating, show where I'm cooking. It's just that social media is forcing me out of my shell. When somebody is somehow, you are now being forced to crawl out and be showing all that side of you. I'm not, naturally, I don't. Naturally, I don't. But when you are getting to a stage in your life, what are you hiding? Show them if they want to show it. But I'm not going to be showing it because I want to show off. Or I want not to show off because people may have different motives. Some people may want to show off buy a lot of things and be showing off that this is what they are eating. I don't do that. You are free. But with your comments, honestly speaking, not all of them, but I will take time and show you. Even I will explain one by one. If you don't mind to wait. So if you don't mind, I told you about data. Data is so expensive. And that's why I'm appreciating you, all of you too. Because data is taking me now, beginning from this morning, is something else. I don't know whether all of you are affected, or because we are content creators, that they want to slaughter our neck with data issues. And so I love you too, Enokon. Thank you for that message. And so what I'm saying is that some people get to market, they don't know what to buy. I went to market today. I had to travel out of my state because of one single oil is here. This peanut oil. It's not in the state where I am. So I had to travel as early as 8 o'clock to go get it in Lagos, somewhere in Lagos. And so that is it. It's as serious as that. I went as far as that in order to get it, because our health comes first. And so there are certain nutrients you need to focus on when you enter your 50s or your 60s, and it can help you to live healthy. Because I myself, by the grace of God, have not been on any of those medications, and those around me don't even. It's not a thing of pride for me to say, but something I will need to, and I'm always thankful to God that my family, both my husband, my children, we don't have, as long as it's within the 4 corners of where I'm staying with them, we don't have any medication, anything, hospital or whatever. And I thank God for that. And that is exactly the life I want you to live. And all thanks to the natural foods. All thanks to natural foods and to the knowledge that God gives us. Because it is possible for you to have some of these foods around you, but you don't know that they can do this and that for you, unless someone tells you. And that is it. And so these are some of the nutrients that you need to focus when you are getting to that age, whether you're menopausal, premenopause, or postmenopause. Watch those with high calorie. Be careful. If you love high calorie foods that are heavy, we love it so much, especially those of us from the southeast, Nigeria. We love heavy food because we are raised with it. All this strong food, we love it. Not only those of us, and even from other regions, a good number of them. So if you are one that loves all of that, you need to start being selective about what you take and watch the calorie. You need to start being choosy. Let me use the word, being choosy. Sometime years back, you could just eat anything. Yes, Ezemosu, Philomena, you're welcome to the house. And so you could just eat anything. But when you are getting to this critical age, these critical years, you need to become more choosy about what you take. You need to select only foods that are not too heavy. Yes, foods that are dense. I don't need to repeat that. You already know. Not too heavy. And when I show you what I bought today, you will also see the similarity in what I'm telling you. That I bought them for my own consumption. I normally go to market from that to buy it. I will show you, don't worry. Okay, I will show you. Just let me explain. Then I will show you, because as I bring them out, I will be explaining some of them. Some of them are in the room, but I will just talk of them in the absence. But a good number are here too. I have them here that I bought. So I will just be showing you one by one. Thank God this table is wide enough. I will just be showing you. And then you can ask questions if you care to ask questions about them. I just went for shopping. And so I'm someone that like to hide everything. But you are forcing me not to hide again. I should bring everything, even the soup I'm eating, I should come and show you what I'm swallowing, what I'm taking for swallow. So that is it. So you need to focus on foods that are not too heavy. Things like cassava product. There's actually one cassava. The thing that made my spouse to have the crisis he had last week that made me go live after the successful, management of that crisis. I thought to share it because it's something that even amazed me. And so it was this cassava product, because he loves it, and I told him, I've already expressed my concern. Let me not say I told him. I've already expressed my concern about the calorie in it and the fact that it's not so dense in nutrition. So I stayed off it. Yes, I stayed off it. So he was taking it. And so if you are in that age grade, before that crisis happened, and he allowed me to manage it with what I used in my own case on a regular basis, and the whole thing was completely controlled, and the dizziness disappeared. It's not something, I'm not telling us cunningly divine fables. It's something that happened. Himself was surprised, because it was something very life-threatening. 65 years, serious dizziness that you almost fell on the way, couldn't find your way. You managed to find your way home. So that is what I'm talking about. And so the calorie foods, you need to stay off them and focus. Number 2, focus on the antioxidant rich foods. Focus on the food that are high in antioxidants. Antioxidants are those that fight free radicals. It may sound too big. Let me break it down a little. Foods that are high in vitamin A, like eggs. Good morning, my sister. Okay, good afternoon from here. Blueberries, butterflies, you're welcome to the house. So those that are low in calorie but high in antioxidants, when you go to buy, focus on them when you are in your 50s or 60s if you want to avoid disease. Things like arthritis, high blood pressure. Don't just eat anything. That is the subheading. Don't just eat anything. That's the subheading for this. When you are when you're already 50 or 60, there is nothing like, they do us anything. There's nothing like, nothing will happen. Something will happen. And don't let that thing that will happen become an emergency or become like something like a complication. And so you need to focus on foods that are high in antioxidants, foods that are low in calorie. I gave example of foods that are high in antioxidants. Vitamin A is an antioxidant. Vitamin E these are cancer-fighting foods. Because when you get to that age, you know what we'll be trying to knock? Cancer. Every age we get, there are diseases. At that point, fibroid is no longer an issue. Fibroid is the disease of productive women. It's my view, it's my opinion. Please, whatever I'm saying, it's the way I say it, the way I consider it, and the way I have been saying it. So when the women are still in their productive years, having their monthly period and all of that, and if, for instance, the woman couldn't take in, and for various other reasons, hormonal issues could cause it, and things like fibroid and the rest. But when we get to that age we are now, 55, 60, our threats most times may no longer be things like fibroid and all of that. Our threat becomes things like cancers. And that's why I say tumors. Because that removal of waste from our body monthly, during the monthly period, is no longer taking place. And so most of these things wants to start developing their own lifelines. It is when they successfully establish their own lifelines that we can now say, through inflammations. So that's why we need to focus on the foods that are high in antioxidants. You will see them. They're all here, some of them. Then, briefly, I will show you. Then, we need to also focus on the antioxidants. Let me explain all of them. Vitamin A is one of it. Vitamin C is one of the powerful antioxidants that we need at this age. Then vitamin E. And let me explain a little about somebody, okay, sunrise, or speak of food. Okay, what about the ones who doesn't eat food, just drink liquid? Okay, thank you so much. I love your question. You are saying, what of those who don't eat food? and drink only liquid. Yes, you can take food also as liquid, depending on like all the smoothies, just make it and the more you do that, the less calorie you are taking. People who are, but besides, what can make somebody not to eat food? At what age? Can you just drop a comment on that? Yes, I'm listening. Ella, please, can you throw more light on that? What is it that can make you not to eat food and drink only liquid? Is it as a result of disease management? Can you please drop another response? I'm interested in your question, please. So, Ella, I'm waiting. And please, when you are dropping a comment, I know some of you where you are coming from. Some from Abuja, some from US, some from Italy. But Ella, please, while responding, kindly drop a comment where you are writing from, please. I like to know that. It makes me get more connected with the person. So, drop your response. Okay, I'll be waiting. While I'm waiting for your response on that or your reply to my question, I continue with the subject on the table. And that is the subject on what to focus, how you can choose the things you should be focusing on when you want to choose the food, make choices of what to eat as an older adult, as a senior, in your 50s or 60s. All those sweet supermarket foods. I didn't go to supermarket this morning. I have no business with, I've not visited supermarket for a long time. So all of you that love visiting supermarket is good if you are buying things like some of the toiletries, some of the other, but as a matter of fact, even I make some of them, most of them myself. So it's not okay to start going to supermarket to go and buy morning cereals that you want to take and buy all those beautiful things. I used to do that. I love those things a lot. So let me show us what I bought because of your comment. I bought this. This is green. I'll show you. Some of you are aware of it. As a matter of fact, let me bring the table closer so that I'll just show us some of the things. Look at. This is the table. This is the table. I have my oats too. Oh yeah, let's look at it. Let's move back with it. Look at this one. Look at this. There are different species of bananas. So yes, but you see this one, it's not as heavy and it's not something I take regularly. And so this is green beans. Look at the green beans here. Use it. It's good for cholesterol. You can add it in your cooking anything, even soup. I wasn't using it to cook soup, but lately I began to add it occasionally to the soup. That is it. And so this is carrots. Look at it. We know carrot very well. And before I used to think that carrot wasn't good for blood sugar. It wasn't good for older adults, for those in their 60s. But I have realized that it's one of the best foods because it's low in calorie, it's high in vitamin A, and it helps support our eyes. I bought it today. Can you see the onions? Onions have been so expensive. I bought some. Look at it. This is purple onions. You can see it. It's low in calorie. Please watch out. That's why I'm showing you all of this. You can see it. You can see it. They are not heavy. They are not heavy. You can see this one, carrot. It's not heavy. You can see the green beans. It's not heavy. You can see the onions. They are low in calorie. I will show you. You see it. You can see the green vegetable. Look at it. It's not heavy. Now, you can see the cabbage. You can see the green cabbage. Look at it. All of you that say you want to see, look at it. This is cabbage. I already started. Look at it. I already cut part of this. One of the very good foods for ulcers. A lot of older adults complain of ulcers. Start including cabbage because it helps to control weight gain. It helps to mop up bad acids in the intestine. It helps to fight a lot of disease, including it's an anti-cancer food. It helps to support your liver health. I'm talking of this green cabbage. Those of you are moving about, maybe there are heavy metals around the liver. Start including green cabbage. Heat it a little bit. It's one of those, I think it has the same, behaves the same way like the onions. As a matter of fact, when the onions was very, very scarce, very expensive, even up till now. But it doesn't matter how expensive the foods are. It's still okay to spend money on the food and stay healthy and to start spending on medications. And then what about the tomatoes? Look at it. Fresh tomatoes. I don't take tin tomatoes. I don't consume tin tomatoes. Look at it. I don't take tin tomatoes. I don't take it. I don't take the tin tomatoes. Look at it. Yes, let me just move the camera a bit forward. So look at it. Okay, look at the peanut oil. This is actually the one that necessitated the travel out of the state. It's not easy. It may look like it's one of those regular oils. It's not one of those beautifully labeled vegetable oil that you see in supermarket. It's not. This is locally pressed from peanuts. This oil you see, it's quite expensive. I cannot tell you the price, but I am telling you is one of the, in fact, it's the most expensive. But it looks cheap when you look at it. But it could not be found in the state where I am. I had to travel this morning to Lagos to get it. I got about 5 or 6 bottles of this to take me for some time. Now, I'm listening to comment. There's one comment here. Sister, lost weight, but diabetes is still in the 300s, even when I take 300 units of insulin. Do you include cinnamon in your cookings? I want to know. Do you include cinnamon? Because do you have cinnamon? I have cinnamon here. Let me bring the cinnamon. You can grind it. Do you use cinnamon? Cinnamon sticks to cook. It helps with natural insulin production. This is cinnamon. Blue butterflies. Do you use cinnamon to cook? Do you still take processed foods? These are things I want to know. Because I was actually, you say you have lost weight. Now, like, what's your weight like? Still have lost weight, but diabetes is still in the 300s. No, can. I think it's we have not found out the real thing. We have not found out the real. We have not. I think you need a closer follow up. That's my own. Because I don't think there is any disease that is irreversible. Even my own mom, I was not an adult when she developed diabetes. I wasn't very, as knowledgeable as I am now. But by the time I got to know, when I had already started, the thing was reversed. She was no longer taking medications. At least, she could stay for days, weeks without taking medications. Yes, she could stay for days then. All this glucophage, dialine, it was from then I knew some of these medications. So if you follow proper diet, I will like to know, in depth of the lifestyle and other things that are making it. Because it's not, I've not seen that. I have managed help some people. I have actually helped some people. And theirs was reversed. I have met people with 300s too, 250, 300s. And it came down to 120, to be precise, it came down. And let me just tell you one of the things that actually, one of them, let me just tell you, that's why when I do some videos, I know why I do it. It's because of some of these experiences. Now, there are some people that are consuming unripe plantain very well. I did a video on it, but people may be wondering, where did she get this information? I didn't get it from anywhere. Now, the unripe plantain, a lot of people take it. I take it. It's a healthy food, but it can act as a blocker and even stop medications from working. A lot of people are not aware of it. And some of the people that I have tried to assist, some of the people I've tried to assist, I realized also that some of the people that I tried to assist, I realized that they were also very, very fond of the unripe plantain. In fact, it was the only food they were eating. So it began to act as a blocker. And now you are also taking medications. So over the years, they've been taking it for a long time as the only food to help them manage diabetes. But that's not so. You have to include variety. Variety. That's exactly what I'm saying. And I think you will need some, because you are quite young. I'm far older than you. No, let me not use the word far. I'm a bit older than you. So I do not think that there is something that will make it, except there is a food that is offending. Maybe there is something you are eating or something you are doing that's sponsoring it. And I always insist that we must remove the sponsor of that disease. It could be in form of food, it could be in form of lifestyle. Now, let me also say something about some of the things I bought here. This is beet. This is beetroot. This beetroot is good for, most of the foods here are great for high blood pressure. No wonder maybe I don't have high blood pressure. But I do not buy them because I want to manage blood pressure. I buy them based on their nutrients and what they do. But you will notice that foods like beetroot, look at it, very red in color. Its job is to oxygenate the blood. So this one only cannot stop blood pressure. For instance, blood sugar, for instance, if you are managing blood sugar like in your own case, and you are not taking this food, some of these foods that are here, and you are still taking processed foods, whether you call it cracker or whatever, the blood pressure, the blood sugar may not go. May not go. Let me put it. I use myself as an example because I have a family history of diabetes. I have a family history of diabetes. I'm already 60 plus, but before someone gets to 50, 55, in fact, most of people are diagnosed at 50 of diabetes. So they start taking medication. Even those ones are early. These days, 40, 30, they're already on medications. Most of the people I'm private chatting, they are already on medications. And it's very, very surprising to me that somebody like 60 plus is not on medication with all the energy. You know where I went to this morning? To Lagos. Walking around the whole market. I do most of the things myself. That's what some of you don't know. I do all the shopping and I still came back. Not too long ago, I'm here to meet up with this already scheduled event before the shopping issue came up. I still came out and all the energy there. As a matter of fact, I didn't have any breakfast before going. I'm not preaching that you should stay away from breakfast. Not at all. I'm not in that this thing that don't eat breakfast, don't do it. If you feel like to take something, just take something light and be careful of what you are taking. Make sure it's not all those, nutrient deficient. You can take something very little, something that you need. Your body needs to feed the cells. Something that will feed your cells. Don't just eat anything. I see some people in some public places chewing biscuits. I mean, those people. At times I walk to them. People who are already dealing with health complications, who are already 55, 56, 30. Sometimes out of genuine concern, I walk to them and said, and whisper to their ears that they should stop eating biscuit. And sometimes I don't mind my business. People say mind your own business. At times, the thing I don't mind it, because that small thing you are eating is not going to do anything. It's going to give you energy that time, but it's going to settle as acid. That's the truth. It's going to settle as acid. Like later on, start giving you problem. Now, there are certain things, okay. See, lost weight. Okay, if you are losing weight now, you need to start adding things like yogurt, small yogurt. If you are not, I've had to talk with some diabetics, for instance, who are lost all the weight. They are not even up to 60. And they already lost every weight. That's why I did a video some time ago about how to gain weight. And I added soya beans. There was a time that I was off soya beans for like 3 months. I told us that when you are eating any food, after some time you take a break. Yes, because soya beans is a good-turning food. So it's very good. For older adults who are losing weight, maybe diabetics or pre-diabetics, or those of us who are in our 60s, sometimes you notice that you're losing weight, or not even you notice, people start telling you you're losing weight, maybe you are avoiding some food. For instance, when I took out bread from my diet, bread was so hard for me to take out completely with biscuit, all those crackers. I always like to be chewing them. That is after I've started teaching about healthy food and whatever. I was still, having that feeling. I just put it, it's a habit. Those bad habits, they don't die easily. So I just be munching on it, feeling that it's light cracker, it won't do any harm. They are very deadly. Those ones that you say they are very light, they're very deadly. Very acidic. So I used to chew them and be, small time in my bag, I'll just bring out if I'm hungry, but not at all. It's not good for your blood sugar. It's better you choose something like this and be frank with you. That's my finding. And so if I'm going out, I can go with something like small carrot in my bag. I need small sugar. If I suspect my sugar is dropping, or I can go with like small cashew nuts in my bag if I feel my energy is going low. See, this is avocados. I already cut one of it. Look at it. Look at it. This is avocados. It's a very healthy food. I bought it too. They're out here. Tomatoes. The rest of it, dates. They're out here. So what I'm trying to say is that you can see the tomatoes. I don't buy tin tomatoes. I don't buy canned tomatoes. Did you see any no canned food here? I have sea salt, all of them already in the kitchen. Maybe one of these days we will go there. But I'm someone like, I normally like to be doing everything privately. But thank God, I'm coming out small. To the point of showing you what I bought. It's a step forward. One day now I'll be showing you what I'm eating. I'll be eating while you watch. So you have to include things like yogurt. Yogurt is going to, if you take out dairy completely for a long time, you will almost be drying out. So you still add it a little. So but I don't know whether you are actually using the cinnamon. Maybe you may find a way to, I may find a way. We need to talk. We need to talk honestly. Let me not spend much time. This is my friend, Blue Butterflies. We need to talk. Just take it that that's my distance. Please, next time or even right now, can you show in examples portion size of how moderation is supposed to be? Thanks and God bless. I want some of that Nigerian. Okay. Okay, you want it. If you want it to arrange, I get someone to arrange them and get you and ship them down to you. I get someone to do that. You know me, I'm already very busy. We have them here. Of course, Mom,